Dan Wynn and Jason Minix talk exclusively with the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Jason Garrett. Powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. MyBestBailBonds.com.
What is the latest on quarterback Tony Romo? We will find out as we are joined now by Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Coach, appreciate you taking the time. What is the latest on Tony Romo?
Well, first of all, Merry Christmas to you guys. Hope you had a great day yesterday.
We did, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Tony hasn't practiced the last couple days, and he's dealing with a back injury that he got in the game on Sunday against Washington, and we're just taking him day by day and just see how he does, and hopefully he continues to get better. He's getting rehab, he's getting treatment with our guys, and it's one of those injuries where you wake up in the morning and see how you're doing. So hopefully he's making a little progress as this week goes on.
And you talk about making a little progress. How much progress has he made from Monday until today, Thursday afternoon?
Well, I think you'll have to ask him that. He knows how he's feeling maybe more than anybody else. But, he's a tough guy and trying to fight through it. And, he spent a lot of time, again, getting treatment and rehab. And, he's certainly still dealing with it. But, we're hopeful as the week progresses it gets better and better.
When you talk about getting ready for this game coming up, regular season finale, win and you go to the playoffs, how late on Sunday do you wait to make a determination on his status?
Oh, I just think you play it out. Tony's played a lot of games for us, obviously. He knows our offense. He's played against this team this year. And, we don't have any hard and fast rules about a guy has to practice by this day in order to play in the game. We try to take each of these cases individually. And, again, we'll just see how he feels over the next couple of days and, again, make our best determination, going into the game.
Hey, Coach Gonzo here. Now, John Kitna, the addition of John Kitna this week makes sense. He knows the offense. But of the quarterbacks that tried out, what was a close second on that list? If we didn't see John Kitna in uniform, what was a name that was close second on that list of the quarterbacks that tried out?
Well, we felt great about all those guys we brought in. Each of them came in, and they threw the ball well. We had a good workout with them, and the biggest factor in signing John is just his familiarity being here. He started games for us. He knows our offense, and he has a comfort level of the things we're doing. And on short notice, that was a huge factor in the whole equation. He hasn't been playing football for a little while, but he has been coaching high school football, and you can tell he's been really throwing every day because he's throwing the heck out of the ball. So you're really trying to figure out what you need in this circumstance, and rather than having to teach somebody all this offense, if they were to have to play in the ball game, it's better to have a guy who again has a comfort level with the system and can go in there and function. Each of those guys has been off of a roster, the different guys we brought in, so they threw the ball well, but again, that comfort level knowing our system was the deciding factor.
Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett with us here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. If it is Kyle Orton, if Tony Romo's just not able to go and you do start Kyle Orton, do you alter the game plan at all for Kyle Orton's strengths versus if Tony Romo were to play?
I don't know that it changes that much. Kyle's been a guy who's played a lot of football in this league, and I think he has a comfort level with what we're doing. And there's always probably things that each of the quarterbacks likes, and you want to customize it that way. But I don't see a drastic difference in how we approach things. Kyle's a guy who's capable of really doing anything you need him to do, as is Tony. So we'll try to get the plan that fits those guys the best and fits what Philadelphia's trying to do on defense, and really just put a good plan together to help us win the game.
Hey, Coach, Dez Bryant expects to play this week. What's his status going into this game, and how close to 100% do you expect him to be?
Well, Dez was limited in practice yesterday and didn't do much today in practice. He's dealing with a little bit of a back injury himself. So, we do anticipate him getting better and better as the week goes on. He's dealt with this at different times during the season and always seems to be ready, by the end of the week. So, hopefully he'll feel better in the morning. He's able to practice and play in this ball game.
Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett with us here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. You look at Dez is back, Tony Romo's back, but you do get some guys back this week in Claiborne and Dwayne Harris. Could you kind of share with us a little bit about the injury issues involving everybody, because it seems like half the team is on the injury report?
Yeah, at this time of year, a lot of guys are banged up and they're fighting through different things, and we're no different. You mentioned Mo Claiborne; he hasn't played in a little while, but he has practiced the last couple of days, so we're hopeful that he continues, to make progress, and really the same thing with Dwayne Harris. So each of those guys have done stuff in practice, yesterday and today. So hopefully their progress continues, and we'll have them available for the game.
Jason Garrett with us here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. Now let's talk about the game. We've kind of gone through the MASH report. You look at the game, it's obviously everything's riding on this game. If you win, you're into the postseason. I assume at this point you adopt playoff mentality going in to play the Eagles?
Oh, no question about it. This is a playoff game for us, and we have to win this thing. Would give us the NFC East championship, and right to play the following week. So it's definitely a playoff atmosphere, in our building and on our football team, and rightfully so. We need to win the ball game, and we understand the challenge with Philadelphia. They're an awfully good football team, and we're preparing to play our best ball.
How different of a team is this Eagles unit now than when you played them earlier this season and really had your way with them?
Well, I just think they're a good football team. They've won a lot of games here the last couple months, and they have a lot of weapons on offense. Starting with their running back, LaShawn McCoy. They got great receivers outside. Their quarterback is playing awfully well, and they have very athletic offensive linemen. So it all fits together for them. They do a great job moving the football, especially running the ball. But they get so many good things for them off the running game and their play action and naked game, and they do a great job. And their quarterback has played really well for them, certainly over the course of the season. Defensively, they're an aggressive group, a lot of different kinds of pressure. And if you look at their talent, they're very talented up front. They're talented at the linebacker level, and they're talented at the back end. And it's easy to see why they've won all these games again over the last couple months.
Coach Jason Garrett of the Cowboys with us here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. You look at their offense, all the weapons they have, and, the great play that you're seeing out of quarterback Nick Foles, which is, one of the surprise stories of the NFL this season. And you look at the issues that you guys have had with your defense, and there's been times where it's like, all right, let's get a little more aggressive defensively. Other times where you guys won't. What do you expect to see from your defense? What's any new wrinkle on the defensive side on Sunday night?
Well, just really trying to play our best football, and we've played well, at different times this year defensively, and again they present a lot of different challenges. Starting with LaShawn McCoy, we have to play good, solid, sound run defense to contain him and control him and eliminate his big runs because he seems to make them every week. And the other part of it is affecting the quarterback and making him be uncomfortable. And again, those are the objectives that most teams have every week playing defensive football, and ours are no different. And at times we've done that well this year. We've had some success, and again we have to do that. The other thing that's always big in a game like this is creating takeaways and taking care of the football. That's always a big factor in terms of the outcome of the ball game. And as is situational football, how well we play on third down on both sides of the ball, in the red zone, in those short yardage and goal line situations, in the 2-minute situations. All that stuff comes up big in these kinds of games.
And, of course, if you get the takeaways, obviously, if your offense is on the field, that keeps their offense off the field. So, ball control offense could be some of your best defense. When you think about Kyle Orton, if he does, in fact, start, what are some things that you like that Kyle Orton does well?
Well, I think he does a lot of things well, and he's a smart quarterback. He understands offense. He understands defense. He knows what he wants to do when the ball is snapped. He plays very decisively. He's got a very good arm. He can throw it wherever he needs to throw it, and it really just plays the right way. So, excited about Kyle. Over the last couple of days in practice, in Tony's absence, and if he has to play in this ball game, we'd have a lot of confidence in him to go in and get the job done.
Do you break out the tape from 1994 on Thanksgiving Day with what you were able to do against the Green Bay Packers and show them what a backup quarterback can do in this offense?
Well, we try to keep our players away from that black and white video, so probably won't do that.
Good. Hey, but I mean, if anybody that can relate to being a backup quarterback and you're thrust in and you're told to go start a big football game, it's you. I mean, do you share with him some experience you have? I know he has a lot of experience as a starter in this league, but being the backup quarterback, the mentality's got to be a little bit different when your number is called, isn't it?
Well, certainly, and I have experience with that. Wade Wilson, our quarterback coach, has a ton of experience in a lot of different roles at the quarterback position, so he's a great sounding board for those guys. But, Kyle Orton and John Kitna have a lot of experience themselves. Each of those guys has been around this league for a long time, and they've taken a lot of snaps in the NFL as starters, as backups, as guys who come in relief during a game, as guys who are spot starter going into a game. So, those guys have a lot of experience themselves, and really that's one of the things we like about them. It's such an important position, and you want stable veteran guys running it for you. And we feel good about both those guys. Again, if Tony's not available.
If you're a betting man, would you expect to see number 9 on the field Sunday night?
Well, again, we'll just take it day by day like we've been doing, and we'll see how he feels when he gets up in the morning, and again make our best decisions. He's certainly done a heck of a job for us, so if we can get him out there, it'll be a great thing for our football team.
I got to keep trying, Coach Jason Garrett. With the game being flexed to 7:30 at night, getting those additional hours before kickoff, is that a good thing possibly for Tony Romo if you were to get him out there on the field?
Oh, I think, like with any injury, time is a good thing. So, playing a little bit later will be exciting for everybody. To have, our fans in our stadium on Sunday night playing for the NFC East crown, it's going to be a heck of an atmosphere. And, one thing that I would like to say one more time is, we have such an appreciation for the people who love the Dallas Cowboys, and we're doing everything we can to give them a great performance Sunday night. And we really need our fans. We need them to be loud and excited and cheering at the right time and making it difficult on the Philadelphia Eagles when they have the ball. And that's what we anticipate the atmosphere being, and we're excited. We can't wait to get there.
And it's going to be like a playoff game. And Coach, when we talk to you on Monday, we'll be talking about the NFC East champion Dallas Cowboys, right?
Absolutely. We're excited about this opportunity Sunday night.
Coach, appreciate it. We'll talk to you Monday.
Okay, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you.
Appreciate it. Coach Jason Garrett, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Call AA Best Bail Bonds at 225-2121, 225-2121, or online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Get the latest on your Dallas Cowboys. Jason Garrett, Mondays at 4:30. Powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. mybestbailbonds.com.